The old man's only way to stay alive was to swap in a new heart every 2 days, yet even so, he was never satisfied. He still obsessed over getting a young person's heart, hoping to buy himself so-called immortality. And this time, the heart he set his sights on was Black Jack's. It turned out that the day before, Black Jack had been ambushed by a mysterious figure. When he opened his eyes again, his hands were already cuffed. The one who'd taken him was a local mob boss, all because Black Jack owed him 300 million. This time, that debt had to be paid in full no matter what. Suddenly, someone beside him spoke up too. He never expected the man in the next bed to be his own good friend. 6 people in total had been abducted into this room, all kidnapped for owing money to the mob boss. The man offered them a way to clear their debts, hand over one of their organs. At first, no one objected, but the moment he said it was their hearts he wanted, everyone panicked. This was clearly trading lives for money, yet the decision wasn't theirs to make at all. Once the blood types matched, the lucky one staying behind tonight would be revealed. Soon enough, the result came out. Black Jack matched with a man named Raymond, and the rest were all driven out of the room by the man. The one who needed the heart was none other than Lord Kanayama, a recent candidate for Prime Minister. He'd come out of curiosity to see what his heart donor looked like, but Black Jack snapped at them. Don't think money can fix everything, and swore he would never give up this heart. The more defiant he was, the more Kanayama coveted his heart. The tycoon slapped a stack of 10,000 bills onto Black Jack. Looking at that wild, unyielding glare in Black Jack's eyes, the tycoon was all the more certain this was the one. Right then, that good friend came back. He wouldn't let a dying man destroy a genius doctor, but the tycoon couldn't care less. Only the one who could keep him alive counted as a genius doctor. Suddenly, the tycoon's heart condition flared up again. It wasn't until the operation was about to begin that they realized the surgeon meant to perform it had been arrested by the police. Doing the surgery now was simply out of the question. Yet the tycoon had only 1 hour left. The consequences were more than this man could bear. The mob boss suddenly remembered Black Jack was a genius doctor himself. This heart transplant would be done by him. But in that era, there had never once been a heart transplant before. Black Jack refused at first, but Raymond, a fellow victim beside him, begged him desperately to perform the surgery. He needed that money too badly to save his dying daughter. It turned out his daughter had long since contracted leukemia. If he could trade his own life for the girl's health, he'd die a happy man. In the end, Black Jack agreed and began to prepare. From the medical records, the tycoon had textbook ischemic heart disease. To put in a new heart, the deadliest problem was post-op rejection, but he was actually fairly confident. Only, the other side had to put up 50 million as payment. At this point, the mob boss had no choice but to agree. Black Jack stepped into the operating room. Once the anesthesia had fully taken hold, he prepared to cut and remove Raymond's heart. But just as he was about to commit a terrible mistake, his friend rushed to stop him. If he took that step, how was it any different from murder? Black Jack hadn't wanted to leave Raymond's wish unfulfilled, but the doctor said it was precisely because he had no way out, that he was willing to give up his own life. Tell me, would you, as you are now, be willing to give up your life? At that very moment, the tycoon's heartbeat suddenly dropped to 0. Several rounds of defibrillation failed, and so his death was pronounced. Yet after the surgery, the tycoon somehow came back to life again, and even paid a special visit to Black Jack. But under the cherry tree, with no one around, the name Black Jack called out was Raymond's.